Good morning, children. Last class we have learned about the infectious disease and also the preventive methods. So today's class we shall start with the immunity and also types of immunity. So we have learned about the diseases which will cause from bacteria, fungi, viruses, protozoan and also by helminthes. Whatever the reason, whatever the phylum or whatever the group will attack your body, a body should be protected from this disease means a body should contain immunity. So what do you mean by immunity? Actually this immunity is a Latin word, okay? Immune means in Latin it is freedom or exempt, E-X-E-M-P-T, exempt or freedom. Immune means exempt or freedom, meaning immunity means have the capacity of the body to defend against the diseases. At last, a body is free from a disease. That is the meaning behind the immunity. Is that clear, children? So immunity is what term? It is a Latin term. And there, immunes means freedom or exempt. So it means the capacity of the body to defend against the diseases. So your body should be free from diseases is called immunity. So you want to learn the two detailed structure or two types of structure under the immunity. First we'll see the definition for immunity. So now look at the slide. Immunity is the ability of an organism to resist infection or to overcome infection. That is only we can define as immunity. Either our body should resist infection or our body should come out from the infection. That we can define as immunity. Is that clear, children? And immunity is of two types, inborn or inert immunity. Inborn or inert immunity. First one, inert or inborn immunity, that is non-specific. So by nature even our body will contain some immunity power, that is only we can call it as inert. Inert means inborn. And inborn, while inborn even we are having some immunity power means it is not specific to a kind of disease. Okay, that is why we are called it as non-specific. Inert or inborn or non-specific immunity, all are synonym word only. Next one, acquired or specific immunity. So this is we won't get inborn nature, but we will get after the infection our body started to produce immunity power to overcome diseases. So that is only we can call it as acquired, and it is a specific because based on what antigens your body started to produce antibodies, no? So that we can call it as a very specific immunity. So that is only we are called as acquired or specific immunity. Is that clear, children? So based on the work or based on the types, we have two types. The inert immunity or a non-specific immunity or inborn immunity. Actually, while born even will get this immunity power and which always will be available to protect our living body, which always with our body to protect our body free from disease. This is only we can call it as the non-specific immunity. Next is acquired. After the entry of antigen, after the entry of disease to your body started to produce antibodies. So that is very specific to the antigens. That's why we are called as specific immunity or acquired immunity. Okay, that what we are getting through our lifetime, through the environment, whatever the disease we are exposed to, based on that your body started to synthesize antibodies. That is only we can call it as acquired or specific immunity. I think now you are clear about the two terms. Is that clear, children? And we shall see the types of the inert or non-specific immunity first, and afterwards we shall see the acquired or specific immunity. First we'll go in detail about inert or non-specific immunity. As the term suggests, inert means inborn or natural. Inborn or natural immunity. Is that Is that clear, children? So inert means inborn or natural immunity. And actually this natural immunity, it's also of, we have some types. Okay, we have some types. First one, surface barrier. Second one, cellular and biochemical barrier. So first we want to learn about the types of inert or non-specific immunity. First broad two classification is surface barrier, and second is cellular and biochemical barrier. So from the term we can guess surface barrier means it will present on the surface of your body. So we'll have a skin and other surface area. So these areas will secrete some wax or some sweat or some enzymes. They'll act as a bactericidal or antiviral. They'll have some antiviral properties. Thereby it will prevent the antigens to enter into the body level. So that is only we can call it as surface barrier. First, the surface barrier will work on your antigens. So if it is fails only, it will enter into your body, and then we'll see the second level of immunity power. First, which will act as, the surface will act as a barrier to stop the entry of antigen. Is that clear, children? And if it is fails, and automatically it will reaches your cellular level. Then cellular level shows some reactions to prevent the entry of viruses or bacteria to other cells or other organs, or it started to produce some proteins to prevent the entry of virus or bacteria to the neighboring cells. That also we'll see under a cellular and biochemical barrier. Is that clear, children? So what are the broad two classification under inert or non-specific? Surface barrier, cellular and biochemical barrier. We shall see one by one, and it will be interesting to follow you. First we will see surface barrier. It is the first line, that word is very, very important. It is the first line body defense. Body defense start with the surface barrier only. It is the first line body defense. It includes the external barriers and checks the entry of pathogens into the body. So this is only first line. Under that also we have subtypes like physical barrier and physiological barrier. So the term was given in your book as first physical and physiological. So you want to remember physical and physiological comes under surface barrier. Physical and physiological. Is that clear, children? So please write all those things in your note and keep it for your future purpose. Is that clear? So inert, acquired, clear. Under inert, inborn or natural. Under inert you have two types, surface barrier and cellular and biochemical barrier. Under surface we have a physical and physiological. Is that clear? Physical and physiological both are comes under surface barrier. So we shall see the first one, physical or anatomical barriers. You write and keep physical or anatomical barriers. Here what the physical or anatomical barriers will do means it will block the entry of microorganisms into the body. That is the main. So what is the physical barrier of your body? Physical barrier of your body is skin, hair, cilia, nasal cavity, mucous lining and muscular actions. So imagine your skin. Your skin is a physical barrier. So in skin you can able to see small hairs. And in other areas you can see a very low minimum of the hair, that we can call it as the cilia of the nasal cavity. So the hair, outer layer of the skin is hair, and when it is present inside the nasal cavity, cilia will be there. Okay, and we have learned ciliated epithelium cells in grade 11. So cilia of nasal cavity and mucous lining, the lining layer which started to secrete a mucus, that also act as a mucus means like a very slimy substance which was secreted by the cells or tissues. So that will contain a slimy substance. Even this also will act as a physical barrier. And your muscular actions, your muscles also will act as a physical barrier. So what this physical barrier will do? First, you write physical barriers will block the entry of microorganisms into the body. Is that clear? It will block the entry of microorganisms into the body. So what this physical barrier will consist? It will consist of, as we have learned, skin and mucous membrane. Skin and mucous membrane only main part of this physical barrier. I'll explain in next video regarding the skin in detail. Thank you, children.